now that we've established credibility, and our audience is obviously they've read about you, they've seen the great things that your organization's doing. I wanted to share with you some of the areas that we consistently find as being kind of the front door to these bad actors in our customer base. So I'm going to talk about these three things real quick, and I want to rapid fire with you and say, is this a relevant list, or do you feel like there's other things that organizations should be prioritizing? So number one, the entire world, it seems, is either on O365 or the G Suite, right? And so I think as Microsoft continues to take over the world in business collaboration, we see lots of orgs that are getting compromised through their Office 365 environments. The second stop that we consistently see is around literally still, even in 2023, the absence of what we would call robust MFA. And I'm not talking about just, Azure Authenticator or AD Authenticator or a Duo or an Okta or whatever, but it's having these safeguards on the applications that you're actually using, not just your identity and your domain credentials, right? This is the one problem we see over and over and over, is that organizations will invest, wait for it again in a tool, but they won't fully deploy that tool. And so we have to kind of come in. And then the last piece is really legacy authentication, right? So people still using legacy authentication methods or legacy encryption methods that bad actors are able to work around and compromise. Do you think this list is relevant, or do you see other things in your world?
Super relevant. And I'll say a lot of this, especially with Office 365, because the bottom two apply to Office 365, and Microsoft is starting to do some good things around having more secure defaults and enforcing some of these types of things and making it difficult for people to go turn off multi-factor and things like that, which is great. But it still happens, and it happens a lot, right? And even I'll say it's not always even the absence of multi-factor authentication. I don't know how many incidents we've worked in the past years where multi-factor authentication is turned on, but it's not enforced. So it effectively makes it optional, right? And that really ties in a lot with the legacy authentication method. So if you've got MFA turned on and maybe even enforced in your environment, but then you've got legacy authentication enabled, it takes away some of what the threat actor can do, but they can always just connect to to IMAP and download all of your email and pull it out that way, and then move on with their attack. So those things happen a ton, and I would say that a massive, if not overwhelming, number of the incidents we work in and email related breaches have some flavor of this or combination of this.
Well, that's excellent, because what I wanted to talk about today was the one that I put the firebomb on. And I want to talk to you about how we can help organizations mature their O365 security posture. And we are going to dig into that in a major way here in just a minute.